what does the firm do in the way of public service?
I always ask in the interviews when I'm interviewing the lawyers, what organizations are you part of? What are you doing outside of work? Are you involved in any community events and things like that? Because that gives you a sense of whether they already have that drive to do it or they don't.
Do your other offices also try to get involved in their community?
A lawyer type of only event, you should be involved in something. That's what allows you to meet new people, meet new avenues of business, but also open mind in regards to sharing some ideas. Hey, I'm Tom Morgan with the Morgan Law Group. In this episode of Trial and Error, me and my father are going to be talking about responsibilities of lawyers and law firms to the community, their involvement in community aspects and associations, and giving back. So check us out.
What does the firm do in the way of public service? I mean, you mentioned the Dolphins. Initially, I think most people say, what, you go to the football games and wave extra flags for the Dolphins? That doesn't sound like you're serving the public in a great way.
No, that's not the serving.
I don't see a downtrodden, home-wrecked person owning a house saying, oh, gee, that's the lawyer I want to handle because he goes to the Dolphin game.
No. No, I mean, right now the firm is very much involved with the Dolphins in regards to, we do their toy drive in December. Okay. That's a big event for us. We take really a lot of pride in being involved in that, and the Dolphins do a great job with it. We're involved with the backpack giveaway that the Dolphins do, which goes on during training camp. We've done a lot in the past with St. Jude, sponsoring some of their events. We did some things with some other organizations over the years, and that's.
Do your other offices also try to get involved in their community?
Some of them do and some of them don't. That's a big issue that we've been trying to figure out, and it's kind of one of the reasons why in the coming year I really have been looking to try and put together a firm organization that is a charity event, that way we can use it across the plateau of all the offices versus us trying to look for something local in each market. We can start to kind of do our own thing and raise awareness in those markets through that central organization.
So you do feel that, I keep referring to a Tennessee office only because it's a good distance away so people can appreciate the distance, that office has some responsibility for community and public service. So you're trying to organize it kind of at a home base where all of the offices will try to be involved in the same kind of event or service in that community.
I think
even though it may be in one place it's Tennessee, another may be the parish in Louisiana, and another North Florida, Pensacola, whatever the case.
Yeah, I mean we've tried to look for community events in each of the markets, and the reality is it's hard. It's hard to figure out what's going on. And in those offices, you only have two lawyers and maybe some staff. So how much of a presence are they going to make at that event if they're not really personally committed to being involved? And so I think if we can find a way to put a firm-wide organization that's a charitable type of event, I think that would draw in more people to be involved. And so maybe even allow us to kind of do our own event on a yearly basis in one of those markets, and everybody be partaking in that. But I mean, through your years of practice, I remember you were involved with Big Brother, Big Sister.
We had boys clubs in Kiwanis. And I mean, when I was even a law student, I remember one of the lawyers who was an extremely prominent national plaintiff's attorney came down and spoke to all the freshman law students and told us, that if you wanted to be a lawyer and a trial lawyer, you were a lawyer 24 hours a day. He said, just because you took your coat off didn't not make you a lawyer, and you needed to be involved in your community. If you did that, the community would follow you somehow. And that is true. I mean, he was a big fan and a participant with the Chamber of Commerce. Today, I think it's a little more difficult because law firms move around, or they have the satellite offices here and there, and so they're not sure what chamber of commerce
Right.
they really should be participating in. But still today, that's a really good organization to participate in, and they'll make use of live bodies that want to contribute something. So you don't have to necessarily go there with an idea of what you want to do. They'll find something for you to do, and then you can run with it. And same thing with the Lions Clubs, the JCs for lawyers who are under 35. And they all provide a degree of satisfaction for the participation and provide a real service to the community. And I think that's and always has been a responsibility of lawyers. And that's what I'm worried we're getting away from, because everything is so non-involved today with the electronics, with the lawyers not calling another lawyer saying, look, come on, let's go do this, a charitable thing or a 10K run or whatever it may be.
Right.
They're not being inspired to spend their time doing that.
No, I mean, I always ask in the interviews when I'm interviewing the lawyers, what organizations are you part of? What are you doing outside of work? Are you involved in any community events and things like that? Because that gives you a sense of whether they already have that drive to do it or they don't. And the reality is, as time has gone on, the more recent interviews versus the interviews from maybe 6 or 7 years ago, most people are not involved in anything. They say, well, my firm doesn't offer that right now. We're fully remote. So when you're sitting at home all day long, you're not being exposed to something. You're not getting the social pressure to get out there and be more involved. And so I always tell them, I'm like, look, we do things. We're doing the 5K runs, for things, and
Well, that's good.
St. Jude. And so I tell them, like, even if it's, a lawyer type of only event, you should be involved in something, because that's what allows you to meet new people, meet new avenues of business, but also open mind in regards to sharing some ideas. I'm Tom Morgan with the Morgan Law Group. I want to say thank you for listening to this podcast of Trial and Error. If you want to find out more, or you want to check out more podcasts, go to our website, policyadvocate.com, and stay tuned for more podcasts in the future.